Let's start off with planes.
Planes. And so planes is our first category.
Ooh, oh, that was a thrill.
There we go.
Yeah.
So our first question, people often think that it's cheaper to fly on a Tuesday, but is it true? True or false, Mary?
I'm gonna say false because I feel like they figured it out.
That's right.
Okay.
The correct answer is false.
Okay.
And a lot of people like to think, and you know, back then before all these algorithms came into place, often airlines would put tickets on discount on Tuesdays because people were working, business travelers were already back from their business trips or they're already off on their business trips.
Yeah.
And so Tuesdays were always a good day to get those discounts out. But now, with the algorithms and the technology that's out there, tickets are now based off of supply and demand. And so it's a common myth that you'll always find cheaper tickets if you travel on a Tuesday.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Okay, so really, just like you still got to hunt for what works best for you.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay, our next one.
Yes.
Traveling puts stress on our ears.
I'm gonna say that's true because of pressure, and your ears are just pressure sensors on the side of your head.
And people are nodding.
Yes.
And so, you know, as we do travel, our ears sometimes pop when we're traveling because of the altitude.
Yeah.
And our ears pop to the equilibrium is to try to adjust to the air pressure.
Yeah,
right?
totally.
And so a lot of people will swallow. Some people will yawn to try to get those pops out. But it's also important to know that if you're sensitive to motion sickness, that if you want to sit, if you can pick a spot, sit over the wing because the plane does this, right? And so the more you are in the middle, the less you are moving around. And so you'll also be more sensitive to that. Pro tip.
Oh, I like that tip. Also, pro tip, choose the biggest gumball you can find and chew that, and your ears will pop. And you're All right, now let's move on to trains.
So trains it's a mode of transportation that people don't always think about. People often sleep on trains.
Yes.
And trains are so great.
Yeah.
So the first question is, advanced train tickets are always the cheapest. True or false?
I'm gonna say true.
The answer is true. and there's exactly.
Thank you very much.
There's a very simple answer to this. Cars are expensive. Rental cars are expensive. Fuel is going up, insurance. So by the time you factor all of that in and the distances you're driving, it's often cheaper and more comfortable to travel by train, especially if you're in Eastern Canada where you're traveling a common corridor like Toronto and Montreal, where it's 5 hours, you have Wi-Fi, you can sit in a comfortable train, and you get to do your work or watch a movie, watch the good stuff, and you're good to go.
And you book
right?
in advance. I love that. Okay, cool. Listen, I love a train. I'm never mad at a train. Get to look out a window. You pretend you're in a novel.
Exactly. The one thing I will say, it might be cheaper to you know, buy in advance, but sometimes it's not that much more to buy a flexible ticket, and that means that you're able to change the ticket if your plans change. So you know, it's kind of a true and false answer there.
Perfect.
Okay, next up. Train tickets are more expensive than a rental car.
I'm gonna say that is false.
It is false because, again, by the time you factor in the fuel cost and everything that goes into renting a car, it's probably the same price. And so for me, I would pick comfort over, you know, driving where, yes, you do have the ability to transport and go wherever you want. And sometimes it is cheaper if you're traveling with a big family, but oftentimes pick the comfort of taking the train and you get the scenic ride, which is
You get the scenic ride, you can read a book. Can't do that while you're driving a car.
Exactly.
All right, now what about cruises?
Okay, have you been on a cruise before, Mary?
I've never been on a cruise.
Cruises are lovely and great for, especially if you're traveling with an entire family. You've got multiple generations of people.
Totally.
There's something for everybody, right? And so my first question, everyone gets seasick. True or false?
I'm gonna say that's true.
So not everybody gets seasick.
What is their secret?
It's really just, it's kind of like motion sickness on a plane. Some people feel it, some people don't. And it's just really your body and also how your body adjusts to center of gravity. And so, you know, modern ships have stabilizers built in now. And so oftentimes you could be on a cruise ship and not even feel like you're moving.
That's wild.
But then some people get on a ship and they feel everything. And there are, you know, great over-the-counter solutions medications, like those patches people wear. Sometimes people take a little Dramamine and it helps you along the way. And so there are kind of tricks along the way, but I wouldn't sleep on cruises just because you're worried you might get seasick.
Okay.
Bring some of those patches with you and try it out, and you might love cruises. It's a great vacation where everybody gets to do what they want to do.
I love that. Okay, what's your next cruise question?
Okay, speaking of cruising, you can cruise with a family or you can cruise on your own. Cruising on your own can be fun, true or false?
I'm gonna say true.
Why not,
I love
right?
traveling by myself. It's so fun.
Yeah, I love traveling on my own, and I have gone on cruises on my own too. Cruises on your own, you know, you do pay like a single supplement fee as you do when you go on these types of all-inclusive vacations.
Yeah.
But cruise lines often have promotional periods where they lift those fees. Modern cruise lines like Norwegian and Royal Caribbean also have sections of the cruise ship that are built just for solo travelers.
Oh, cool.
Like a lounge where you could meet other solo travelers. You can make friends.
Yeah.
What's more fun than making friends on a cruise?
I was gonna say a boat friend, so fun.
Right?
Yeah.
A boat friend is so much fun.
I love that.
And you know, they have activities that are also geared towards solo travelers.
Totally.
So once again, something tailored to every kind of a traveler.
Yeah, okay. And what's the
And
last one?
final one, I have to eat dinner at a specified time. True or false?
Oh, I feel like I'm gonna say false.
And it is false.
That is true.
False.
It is false.
The false answer is true.
Yeah. Winston, absolutely great info. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Mary.
We gotta take a... Hey, Mary here. What did you think? Drop your comments below and don't forget to like and subscribe for more of the good stuff.